Experts say the plane appeared to suffer a, quote, uncontained and catastrophic engine failure. Joining us now on NewsNation is David Shepardson, a correspondent for Reuters covering aviation. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thanks.
So this is pretty unbelievable. We've seen some of the video of the engine on fire and that debris that crashed down. What are you learning about this story?
Well, as you point out, this is a very rare type incident. Engine failure, a 777. Not particularly common, although it is worth noting that about 3 years ago, there was another similar engine failure on another 777 for United flight from San Francisco to Honolulu about 30 minutes before it landed. And in that case, there was a broken fan blade. And I think there's already some suspicion that could it be another fan blade issue. You know, this is about a 25, 26-year-old plane. And just because it's an old plane is not necessarily an issue for concern, but the investigators are really going to hone in on what led to this engine failure and was it related to a fan blade.
What kind of liability do you think the airline or the manufacturer of the plane is facing as a result of this? I know it's early on, but just based on your experience.
Well, certainly there's going to be a big back and forth between the NTSB, the Pratt & Whitney that made the engine, Boeing, United. It's going to take 6 months or more, a year or two to determine the precise cause. I think the bigger liability issue is going to be, is there a more systemic problem with the fan blades or some other part of the engine? If you remember, a couple of years ago, there was another incident involving a Southwest airplane involving a broken fan blade and an engine that failed and actually punctured a window. And that led to very significant inspections of the fan blades across the entire fleet of those planes. So if the early indications are that there is some problem, you could see a stepped up inspections ordered by either the FAA or the NTSB.
Have you heard from any of the people on the plane, any of the passengers or the people on the ground who had this debris come crashing onto their property?
So some of my colleagues, on the photo side have talked to some of the folks today. I have not kind of focused on the investigation part, but it is, let's say, pretty miraculous, right? That nobody was hurt. The pilot, as you played some of the audio, radioed Mayday, did not lose his cool. The air traffic controllers, everybody did what they were supposed to do. And again, planes, are rated to be able to land with one engine, within, a few hundred miles typically of where this happened, for a 777 plane. So everybody did what they were supposed to do, but still, something like this can be catastrophic. And that's one of the reasons the NTSB wants to look at this and figure out what went wrong, and what was it about the engine that led to it not being more serious, say puncturing the plane itself or causing some more catastrophic problem.
I think that's one of the most remarkable parts of this story is that everyone is safe tonight, the people on the ground and the passengers, and that the pilot was able to safely land it and keep his cool, like you mentioned.
Well, and can I just point out, there's only been one fatal U.S. passenger airline crash in 12 years. The last one was Colgan Air outside Buffalo, New York in February 2009. So, for decades, plane crashes were relatively common, at least one or two a year, sometimes more. And so we've had this really unprecedented level of safety. And so, just the level of coverage today, this incident just shows how we've all become so used to the fact that planes in the United States just don't crash. Certainly small, general aviation planes, but not airlines. And so it's a reminder that it's still not, things go wrong. You need trained pilots, and we can't take for granted the fact that there has been this really remarkable 12-year safety record.
David Shepardson, thank you so much for your reporting tonight.
Thank you.